Lena was different, always had been. While other children chased butterflies and played hopscotch, Lena chased stories. She sought out forgotten places, drawn to the mysteries they held. Abandoned buildings whispered tales of the past, and Lena, with her insatiable curiosity, yearned to hear them all. So, when Lena heard whispers of the old house at the edge of town, she knew she had to see it. Locals told tales of strange noises, shadows moving in the moonlight, and people vanishing without a trace. Fear, they said, kept them away. But fear was a foreign language to Lena, a language her heart refused to speak. The house stood on a hill overlooking the town, a silhouette against the fading light. It was a skeletal structure, its windows like vacant eyes staring out at the world. The paint peeled like sunburnt skin, revealing the rotting wood beneath. Vines, thick as pythons, snaked their way up the walls, pulling the house deeper into the earth, into oblivion. As Lena approached, a shiver ran down her spine, not of fear, but of anticipation. The air grew heavy, thick with the weight of untold stories. The closer she got, the more she felt an unsettling presence. It was as if the house itself was watching her, its decaying facade hiding something ancient and unknowable. Most of the doors hung open, their hinges groaning in protest as if warning her away. But one door, tucked away at the end of a darkened hallway, stood out. It was a heavy oak door, the only one seemingly untouched by the decay that ravaged the rest of the house. It was locked, a silent guardian to whatever secrets lay beyond. Lena tried the handle, but it wouldn't budge. She peered through the keyhole, but it was too dark to see. A strange feeling washed over her, a mixture of fear and excitement. The whispers, she realized, seemed to be coming from behind this door, and she was determined to hear them. Night after night, Lena found herself drawn back to the house. She would sit outside the locked door, listening to the whispers. Sometimes they were faint, like the rustling of leaves. Other times they were loud and clear, voices murmuring her name, beckoning her closer. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by an insatiable desire to unlock the door's secrets. She tried everything to open it. Brute force, lockpicks, even searching the library for old blueprints of the house, hoping to find a hidden mechanism. Yet, the door remained stubbornly sealed. It was as if the house itself was testing her resolve, daring her to go further. Section 5. A midnight exploration. Shadows dance as Lena crosses the threshold. One night, driven by an irresistible urge, Lena returned to the house with a crowbar. The whispers seemed louder tonight, more insistent. She could feel her heart pounding in her chest as she wedged the crowbar between the door and the frame, the metal cold and unforgiving against her skin. With a groan, the door yielded, swinging open with a deafening creak that echoed through the silent house. A musty smell wafted out, the scent of decay and forgotten things. Taking a deep breath, Lena stepped inside, her heart pounding in her chest, her eyes struggling to adjust to the darkness. Section 6. The Room Beyond. Scratches. Tell a story of desperation. The room was small and bare, illuminated only by the sliver of moonlight spilling in from the hallway. The walls were covered in deep, frantic scratches, as if someone had clawed at them in a desperate attempt to escape. The sight sent chills down Lena's spine, but she couldn't tear her eyes away. In the center of the room, a single, rickety chair sat facing the wall. It was as if someone had been forced to sit there, to confront whatever horrors this room held. The whispers seemed louder now, closer, swirling around Lena like a vortex of tormented souls. And then, she saw it. A figure huddled in the darkest corner of the room. It was tall and thin, its edges blurring into the shadows. Lena couldn't make out any features, but she could feel its eyes on her, watching her every move. Fear, cold and sharp, finally pierced through Lena's curiosity. Her breath caught in her throat, her body frozen in place. The whispers grew louder, swirling around her, their tone shifting, no longer beckoning, but hungry, predatory. The figure began to move, slowly at first, then with increasing speed. It glided across the floor, its feet making no sound, its eyes never leaving Lena's. The whispers reached a fever pitch, a chorus of voices, some mournful, some angry, all filled with an unspeakable longing. Lena stumbled back, her foot catching on the leg of the chair. She fell to the ground, her eyes still fixed on the approaching figure. It reached out a hand, its fingers long and skeletal, and a scream caught in Lena's throat. Then, silence. The figure was gone. The whispers faded to a barely audible murmur. Lena lay on the floor, her chest heaving, her mind reeling from what she had witnessed. She scrambled to her feet and fled the room, back through the house and out into the night. But the house was not done with her. As she ran, she could hear the whispers following her, calling her name, their tone filled with a chilling promise. And then, just as quickly, they were gone. Lena was never seen again. The old house still stands on the hill, a silent sentinel overlooking the town. Locals say it's haunted, a place where the veil between worlds is thin. They avoid it, their fear a testament to the tragedy that unfolded within its walls. But some nights, if you listen closely, you can still hear them. Whispers, carried on the wind, echoing through the empty halls. Whispers that speak of curiosity, of secrets, and of a girl named Lena who dared to listen. They are a warning, perhaps, or maybe, just maybe, a plea for help from a soul trapped between worlds.